Hi everyone, I'm Claire, a Public Health Officer in the Food System team at Birmingham City Council. Thank you for watching. I'm pleased to introduce Birmingham Bauhaus Bites Action 3.1, where we will be delivering a food system literacy competency framework. If you're new to the EU Horizon Europe-funded Birmingham Bauhaus Bites programme, we also have a video introduction to the overall programme and the different projects we'll be working on in partnership with communities and organisations. You can find the link to this video in the description section below. In this project update, I'll be explaining what food system literacy is and why it's important, the aim of this action, the scope and the delivery timeline. I'll also be sharing what we've done so far since we started working on this. So what is food system literacy and why is it important? A food system covers every stage of feeding people and affects everyone. It's how your food is grown, how it's processed, packaged and transported, how it's marketed to you, where and how you buy it, cooking and eating the food, and disposal. So having knowledge about these stages and being able to understand them, how they impact health, the planet and communities, and then having the skills to then use this knowledge is food system literacy. Over time, traditional food knowledge and skills have been eroded. This can be because of changes to the way we live, the rise of and access to highly processed foods, and the spread of misleading nutrition information. Having good health and food system literacy can support more informed choices, and this can positively impact health and well-being. So for example, you may be able to buy fresh food, but if you don't have the knowledge and skills to be able to prepare and cook it, you would have to eat more processed food or takeaways, which are less healthy. Learning some basic information and skills around cooking would give you more choice about the food you eat. Over half of adults are estimated to be below the threshold of low health literacy. In Birmingham, this would mean more than 641,000 residents don't have adequate knowledge and skills to understand health information. So increasing people's skills, knowledge, understanding and confidence to find and use health information in ways that work with their culture is key to achieving healthier people and communities. Inconsistent approaches to tackling food system literacy can increase the risk of projects that aren't very impactful, that share misleading messages, aren't culturally appropriate, or aren't focused on need. So having a consistent structured foundation for community groups, educators and system leaders who want to deliver projects to improve food system literacy will reduce these risks. With that, the aim of this action is to co-produce a practical, universal food system literacy competency framework. So this framework will serve as a practical resource, providing a high-level approach of how to design, deliver and evaluate effective food system literacy initiatives. It will also detail the core skills and health information that are important for everyone. This framework will serve as a practical resource, providing a high-level approach of how to design, deliver and evaluate effective food system literacy initiatives. It will also detail the core skills and health information that are important for everyone to have so they can make informed choices and improve health and well-being. Food system literacy needs are not the same for everyone. Children, families, schools, educators, community members, volunteers, health professionals, policymakers, catering and canteen staff, procurement officers and organisational leaders all require different types and levels of understanding. By providing clear foundations while allowing adaptation to specific audiences, the framework will highlight how competencies can be tailored to local contexts while celebrating Birmingham's diversity, guiding effective and inclusive initiatives. The purpose of the Food System Literacy Competency Framework is to have a framework that works for Birmingham, and in particular, the needs in East Birmingham. There is lots of good work out there already, and we don't want to duplicate that. It's about celebrating what exists, identifying gaps, identifying the elements we need for our diverse communities in Birmingham, and pulling it all together. It will look at what this means in practice for community projects, community members, and the wider public. Also, how it can support communities, embed literacy within place, and foster awareness of how food, nature, and people are interconnected across different cultural backgrounds. The framework we develop will guide effective and inclusive food-based initiatives. It will provide a strong basis for building and strengthening projects that aim to increase food system literacy. Now I've shared what we want to do and why, when are we going to do this? Bauhaus Bites is a 3-year funded programme that ends in June 2027. This action is one of the first to be started, and I'll talk you through the planned delivery timeline from November 2025 to September 2026, when it is due to be completed. Phase 1 is to co-create the methodology for developing the food system literacy competency framework, starting from November 2025 until March 2026. The first part of this phase is to set up an action group of interested partners who can guide and support the delivery. Next, we will review existing frameworks, policies, research, and literature to see what already exists and would work in Birmingham. Using these findings, we will produce an exploration report summarising themes, insights, and recommendations for the framework. The second part is to then work with partners to agree on the methodology to guide the framework development. Phase 2 is to co-create the framework in April and May. Working with the action group, we'll agree the framework's core components, such as who will use it and key theme areas to include. We'll then develop the format, structure, and content of the framework. Once this is written, in June, we move on to phase 3. In this phase, we will launch and promote the framework, sharing it widely through the Bauhaus Bites partnership, action group, partner organisations, local networks, and other relevant channels. The final phase, phase 4, is expected between July and September, and will be to monitor and evaluate the framework's use. We will capture and reflect on learning to refine future work and share findings with policymakers and funders to embed learning into policy and practice. We're now a few months into the delivery and are coming to the end of phase 1. So far, we have written a project initiation document which details the purpose of this action and how its delivery will be managed. We've introduced the action to the Bauhaus Bites partnership at the November 2025 meeting and gathered support. We've established an action group to collaborate and co-produce the development of the food system literacy competency framework. The first meeting will be held late February 2026. We've started the scoping exercise and evidence review, which will guide the development of the framework. We're now looking forward to continuing to work with partners in phase 2. If you'd like to find out more, you can scan the QR code, which will take you to our Birmingham Bauhaus Bites webpage. If you're interested in exploring how we can work together to design the framework so that it reflects the needs of communities in East Birmingham and beyond, please get in touch with the food system team at foodsystemph@birmingham.gov.uk. Thanks for listening.